Thank you, Chairman Kennedy.
I love the sound of that, Chairman.
And thank you to our nominees.
Gives me goosebumps.
Thank you to our nominees. Thank you to your families for being here today. This is certainly a big day for your loved ones, but you as well. Anytime someone in your family commits to public service, that demands the entire family's attention and often support. Certainly as someone who grew up in a family of public service and now in one myself, we are thankful to you for being here and supporting these folks. And I was so struck by our nominees. They all share one thing in common. At one point, either now or in the past, they were all prosecutors, working to ensure that the laws passed by lawmakers on behalf of the people's laws, were faithfully enforced. And that is so important to our carefully balanced separation of powers, the way our government is meant to work. So thank you for your prior service. I think it speaks volumes in who you are as people and your commitment to ensuring not only the strength of our constitutional framework, but the strength and safety of our communities. And I, for one, am comforted by that we have nominees of your caliber being put up for these positions. I want to ask you about the phenomenon that we have been seeing around the nation where prosecutors of jurisdictions are saying, I don't care what the people's law says. I don't like the law, and I don't think it should be a law, and therefore I'm not going to prosecute it. What is your opinion, Mr. Ganji, on what that does to the constitutional framework and how the people's government is supposed to work?
Senator, I don't want to speak about that the specific instance you described or a matter of public controversy, but I could say that as a government official, an unelected mid-level executive branch official, it's not up to me to decide what laws are, should be prosecuted or not be prosecuted. I think the policy decisions are best left to the branches accountable to the people.
And just in general, not specifically, Mr. Folks, how important it is, do we have top prosecutors of jurisdictions enforcing the people's laws?
I think that that's very important. Obviously, we've all taken an oath to enforce the law as they are written, and I'm very proud of our record in Western Arkansas with our case intake and with the prosecution of a variety of criminal offenses in Western Arkansas. But I also share what Mr. Ganji, my colleague, noted, that I can't speak specifically to any particular prosecutors.
I'm not asking you to speak specifically, but the phenomenon of having top prosecutors or top law enforcement officials say, personally, I'm not going to do what the people want me to do because I don't agree with it. That fundamentally disrupts our system of government. Would you agree?
I agree, and I think back to some of the jury trials that I've handled and what we've asked jurors to do, which is even if you don't agree with the law or you don't believe it should be a law, can you faithfully apply that to the facts and circumstances of each individual case? And I think if we ask jurors to do that, it's perfectly acceptable to expect prosecutors and elected.
And so let me stop you there and talk about the judicial branch. I was a former judge. I come from a long line of judges. I've been a prosecutor like yourselves.
Yes, Senator.
A lawyer. And I'm really concerned right now that the judicial branch has a PR crisis, a rightfully labeled probably PR crisis, and because we have many district court judges around the nation that are more interested in wearing a blue jersey than a black robe. And I am, based on my fundamental belief, we have to have impartial judges that will faithfully apply the laws that are given to them. I believe this, just as the former situation I described, fundamentally disrupts the carefully balanced of power as set forth in our Constitution. Would you agree, Mr. Folks?
I do agree, and I think it's...
Mr. Ganji?
I do, Senator.
Would you agree, Mr. Peterson?
Yes, Senator.
And specifically, when you have district court judges running around to conferences suggesting, with no evidence or any circumstances to support it, that this administration or this president is going to violate court orders, or you have district court judges with no evidence at all making decisions that senators even would destroy evidence, all of this undermines that fair and impartiality need that we have to have, our public has to have in our judges. And I am terrified that some of the behavior that we have seen around the country is undermining the strength of our system. And I want to ask you, Mr. Ganji, part of this is when judges issue nationwide injunctions. What is your belief in terms of a ceiling of relief that is available to a district court judge?
Senator, I know the Supreme Court has spoken on this recently in the CASA case, that the relief should be one that would give the parties before it full relief, but that Congress did not authorize otherwise nationwide injunctions for district courts.
And I see that my time has expired. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for your willingness to serve. Mr. Kanji,